I really like it. You know, I'm not a huge fan of hatchbacks, but I do like this one. You pulled up to give me something earlier, and I was like, oh, Kia, how cute. Who's that? Oh, wait, I think that's us.
Hey, Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we are in, I would say, perhaps the forgotten child in the Kia lineup, but one that every time we get it, we really like, in the 2025 Kia Niro Hybrid in the Top SX Touring trim. How does it fit our family of three, and how does it work around town? In this video, we'll investigate. Before we jump too far into this one, according to YouTube analytics, something like 70+% of you have yet to hit that subscribe button, and we are so close to 50,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, so a quick click of a button down there will help our channel out immensely in our goal of helping more families research and buy their next vehicle. This is not the first time we've had a Niro, but this is the first time we haven't had a mineral blue Niro. We now have runway red, and I must ask you, what do you think of the exterior styling of this little hatchback from Kia?
I really like it. You know, I'm not a huge fan of hatchbacks, but I do like this one. You pulled up to give me something earlier, and I was like, oh, Kia, how cute. Who's that? Oh, wait, I think that's us.
The joys of us being in a new car every single week. Sometimes you kind of forget what it is that we're doing.
Yeah, and it was like one of those, like, I wasn't expecting you to be in that spot, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting it to be you. So I was like, oh, how nice.
Yes.
But I like the front running light area. It's gas powered?
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
it's
but the front.
Hybrid.
Oh, it's a hybrid. That's what I was going to say. The front looks like an EV.
You can get an EV version of this.
Okay.
And we'll get to that in a little bit. But yes, we are in the hybrid version.
Okay. And you know, I'm not a huge fan of red either, but I do like this runway red.
It gets kind of caught in your mouth like the word Louisville. I've been in Louisville this week. Runway red.
Red.
Can kind of get caught in there.
But I think one reason that I like it so much is, or I like it on this car in particular, is the black accents too. Like, you have the black underneath the side mirrors, you have the black running down the side of the car. So I really like the styling on the outside.
Now, you said you typically don't like hatchbacks. You and I were just in Detroit with Kia checking out the new K4 hatchback, which I think is going to steal some thunder away from this because they are very similar sized, but that K4 hatch has a little more style. We saw the sparkling yellow on that one. No hybrid variant of that, whereas you get a hybrid or an EV variant here in the Niro, but both of them are hatchbacks. I think Kia would like you to think of this more as a crossover than a hatchback.
Okay.
And all the black accents down at the bottom, again, lend to them wanting you to think it's a crossover versus a car, but it's a car, despite what their marketing geniuses would have you believe. But because of the fact that it's in their SUV family versus their car family, you know what this gets that the K4 hatch doesn't?
Sunshades?
Power lift back.
Oh, a power lift?
Yeah. So you were commenting when we were in Detroit checking out the K4 hatch. No power lift gate. You do get it here in the Niro. So
sold.
Pros and cons. Pros and cons.
That's true.
Okay, moving to the inside. This is kind of Kia's last gen interior. We'll talk about some of the features that we're seeing in here. But what are your thoughts on the overall style in here?
There's a lot of black. A lot of gloss black, which I don't love. But there are all gloss black right here. Yeah. But I do like that there's different materials and elements.
What do you think of this?
So it gives it some interest appeal.
Waterfall.
I like the slope.
Yeah.
I like the slope. I don't like the gloss black, but I like the slope.
Yeah. It took me a little getting used to the first time getting in it, but once I was used to it. So.
I like this little inset. I'd like it more without the gloss black.
But you do have some ambient lighting back
Which
here.
is
You
nice.
can change the color of.
Yeah, that's nice.
I've got it on like a deep orange right now. Kind of hard to tell in the daylight, but yeah.
That's a nice little touch. I like it.
And then we have their older style steering wheel introduced on the EV6, and we've seen it on a few other Kia products since then. It's one single spoke or dual spoke, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
But one big spoke and all your controls there. We have the smaller 10.25-inch infotainment screen here. Not a full screen back there, but a fully digital gauge cluster. We've only got the 4.3-inch center section that is customizable. You can change that, but we've seen it in Seltos and in Kia Soul, but they're more affordable digital gauge cluster, which also means we don't get the blind spot cameras. We don't have 360 cameras in this. We only have the backup camera, which we do have a quick access button for. But yeah, you don't get the blind spot cameras when you put your blinker on because you're really limited as to what those side screens can display.
But you do get heated and ventilated seats.
Love that.
2-person memory seats.
That.
Which is nice.
You have a fully power seat over there. I have a manual seat over here. But in this price competitive class, that tracks. So I like that. The ventilated seats work. I was filming my solo reviews today.
Yeah.
Oh,
my booty's
goodness.
cool.
Yeah, feels good. And then you also already noticed you have a sliding visor here, which is very nice. We don't see that in
a little light up here so you can
Yep.
pluck your chin hairs. The red light.
I don't know why you would need that, but okay.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say.
And then what is the one thing we have in here that you and I universally don't like?
It's the dual purpose switch knobs here.
You can go between your dual zone climate up here or your volume and tuning knob for that.
And do you have some setting set where it pops back to the air?
I don't, but
Okay.
yes, you can program it to constantly go back. It will always go back in its current setting to the dual zone climate, but you can get it to stay on whatever you left it on. You can make it always go back to your volume and tuning. But
well, you, unbeknownst to you, got grumbled at earlier because I didn't know the setting was on that it switched back. So here I'm thinking it's one setting and it switched back, and I'm like, it's never on the setting you want. Never.
And yes, we know you can use voice controls. We know there are controls for the volume on the steering wheel. Sometimes you just want a knob to turn the volume up and down. And when it's just too complicated. And Kia is already moving away from this. We mentioned the K4 hatch. Doesn't have it.
I can't imagine we're the only ones complaining about it.
Candidly, I've spoken to some people within the corporation that may agree with us. Can't confirm or deny that. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, this is going away. K4 we mentioned does not have this. It's got a helper screen. The EV4, which I do believe will steal some thunder from the EV version of this, doesn't have that. The EV6 doesn't have it. No, actually the EV6 does. The EV9 doesn't. Gets a little complicated, but Kia's getting rid of this in their newer products. So just for y'all to know. But yeah, that's going away. And then another thing, again, leaning into the older nature of this platform, with the 10.25-inch Apple CarPlay system here with the infotainment, it's a USB-A wired only system. So you have to be plugged in. So even though we have a Qi wireless charger down there and a USB-C charger here, if you want CarPlay, you got to plug in with the old style plug.
Yeah, don't love that.
Not the best.
Don't love that.
And it's been so long since we had a USB-A. I have a short plug here. I was like, I need to find one. Where?
Don't love that.
Yeah.
You got grumbled at earlier.
I'm sorry. Lo siento. But what do you think on storage in here?
Yeah, well, you've got a little bit of storage here. This little wall comes out. Tucker and I both like the
disappearing
cup holders We both like those. And then you've got some in the door. So, I mean, I think it's sufficient for the size car that it is.
And your wireless charger there. And then a fairly big glove box, but it is full of documentation. So there is that. Speaking of space, Tucker, how's your space there in the back seat?
Good.
Yeah, you like it? And you've got some features back there like power on the back of my seat here. And what's on the back of the center console, Tucker?
Air vent.
Can you feel them back there? You staying nice and cool?
See.
Oh, Espanol. Very nice. Muy bien.
We're bilingual on
Yes.
this channel now.
What are your thoughts back there in the back? What are some things you love or dislike back there?
Well, I really like how they decide to have the handle to open the door kind of in the shape of a hockey stick.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It
huh?
is.
I know.
And you've already said you've got plenty of room back there, but
Right.
what do you think we need to talk about now?
Putting in my child safety seat.
And then I'll show you how much storage there is in the way back. Before we bring in Tucker's Graco Extend Fit child safety seat to the back seat, I do want to talk about what it's like for adults back here. So you can see I've got my seat where I've been riding this entire video, and I've got plenty of room back here behind myself, though I do believe I have enough room to move this forward. We'll examine that here in just a moment. When I sit up there, we get a hard map pocket on the back of both front seats. We get some USB-C storage here. We get this grab handle here, window controls here, padded armrest here, all very nice. We do have a large center tunnel here, so if you try and get three across back here, they're going to have to straddle that with their feet and ride in this very narrow center section. Though we do have a pull-down armrest with two cup holders, no rubber grippers in here, and no rubber lining down in the bottom. We do have a center headrest for a center passenger and a seat back mounted seat belt for that center passenger. We do have a 60-40 split, so this section I'm currently sitting in is the larger of the two when it comes to folding these down. These seats do not recline any, but overall I would say they are very comfortable. I do have a decent view of the sunroof if it were open, though, you know, not letting a whole lot of light back here to the back. But now that we've explored what it's like for me, we will go ahead and slide out and see what it's like for Tucker's Graco Extend Fit child safety seat. We are going to first put it in its rear facing configuration, which yes, is going to necessitate moving that front seat forward because that just ain't gonna work, folks. So we move forward here and you can see a fully manual adjustable front seat. We'll move that forward until that seat is in place and then we'll move it back. And this is where we need to sit for that rear facing child seat. Moving in here, you can see still plenty of room. I'm not cramped. I'm not complaining up here at all. I still have access to all my storage and everything. So it is very nice up here, even with a rear-facing car seat. So families of any size should be able to move into this, at least as long as you only have 4 people. So the kids of any size should be the phrase. But we will turn this car seat around and go ahead and drop this top tether down below and behind this adjustable rear headrest. And then we do have lower latch points on both of the outboard seats here, none in the center. So if you are putting a child seat in the center seat, you're either going to be borrowing from the lower latches on either outboard seat or using that seat belt there in the center of the vehicle. They are a little bit tricky to get to in between the seat back and the seat bottom. But once you find them, it is very easy to tighten it down. That ain't going anywhere, but we still need to put that top tether in, which brings us to the back of the vehicle. We do have a power operated hatch, which is something nice in what is actually a hatchback. You don't typically see it in hatchbacks. We don't see it in Kia's own K4 hatchback, but considering they think this is more of an SUV, well, we get a power liftgate, which is very welcome. You can see we get 3 across top tethers back here. It is just a slit in the seat back, but you can easily reach and tighten this down. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. But you can see we are squishing the seat material just a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what long-term that does to the seat backs. Otherwise, a decent amount of storage space back here. Not as much as something like their bigger Sportage, but it is still very usable back here. And then we do have this nifty feature because it does lift up. We don't have a spare tire. We have Fix-A-Flat down here, but you can see there's some height there that we're missing out on. Well, you simply pull this out, it drops down, and then you can slide it back into place. And it even ramps up as it goes to the seat back, because when you fold the seats, now we have a nice transition. So if you want this down low and you don't want things rolling out of the back of your vehicle when you open it up, that is where this would really come in handy. It also allows for taller items back here. You can see we still have these side bits of storage here for things that you don't want rolling around, or you can just lift this back up, slide it into place, and now we have a flat transition to the seat back there. And you still have a little bit of protection of things rolling out back here, which is very nice. And then because we have a power ouch, you just push that button, you get a couple beeps before it comes down to a nice soft close. Moving back inside, we are turning on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas, where we can talk wobbly head. Tucker, how is your wobbly head back there in the back seat?
Good.
Yeah? No complaints?
No.
Pretty comfortable?
Yeah.
Holly, what are your
I
thoughts?
can fall asleep.
Oh, he
Yeah,
can
you
fall
can
asleep.
yeah.
Holly, what are your thoughts as we come up to the biggest bump?
Let's try this biggest bump. Okay. You still feel it a little bit, but it's not too bad. I like that it's not loud in here.
Yeah.
So it's as expected.
Yeah.
Average bumpy.
Yes. I mean, we are on a old historic brick street, so there is that. But in your other roundabout through town, running errands and stuff, what have been your thoughts on the ride?
It's been really smooth, and you know, it's one of the cars that it's just easy to get into and drive. You don't have to worry too much about running people over or having blind spots. So it's, you know, been really easy to drive.
Yeah. So how is visibility while we're here?
It's really good. I haven't had any problems. Have you had any? I mean,
No.
we've got some nice big windows down the side.
I will say the pillar back here, the C pillar, is a little on the chunky side. She thick back there, but Kia has done some things to counteract that. Again, I was talking about the backup camera. It's a nice wide angle. We do have the backup sensors. We do have rear cross traffic alerts as well. So all that works together to be better than my daily driver in a compact sedan with a big pillar back there that doesn't have backup cameras or cross traffic alerts. So this is, as you said, a very easy vehicle to get in and just go.
Yep.
How has the driving experience been? Power and the steering and all that fun stuff.
The steering is medium to loose side. So good.
Yeah.
The power, I've only bopped around town.
Yeah.
But it's been enough power for me. But that said, I haven't like tried to get on the highway or anything like that. I imagine it would do pretty well.
Yeah, it's not slow. So I've referenced some other Kia products in this video. The hatchback that we saw in Detroit, the K4 hatchback, has the turbo version of this 1.6. We have the hybrid version of this 1.6. Both have the same amount of torque, but the turbo version has more power, horsepower. I imagine it will be quicker. In my solo video, I did 0 to 60 test this one, and it ain't blistering fast, but it's fine. Like you said, for bopping around town, running errands, it's plenty. Though there are certainly quicker vehicles out on the market. But it gets really good fuel economy. I'm looking right now, we've driven it 70 miles and we're getting 40.4 mpg, which is pretty impressive. I'm going to go ahead now and pull out the Windows sticker here.
Did you say this is a plug-in hybrid?
No, this is not the plug-in hybrid. There is a plug-in hybrid. We do
So this is just a regular old hybrid.
Regular old hybrid. I would say the biggest competitor of this vehicle would be the Toyota Prius. And because this is boxier, this is more usable. There's more cargo space back there in the back. And the last time we had a Prius, I was a little disappointed in just how little storage there was in the rear hatch area.
Yeah.
But yes.
And the amount of character on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, I think Toyota designers did a pretty good job on the...
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong car.
But
take that out. Oh, I was thinking of the Fiat.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, never mind. Take that out.
Okay. I will also say, while we're talking fuel economy, the EPA rates this one at 53 city, 45 highway, 49 combined.
Dang.
So our 40, just over 40,
Is on the low side.
does take into consideration, I had it idling a lot today in the heat, filming my solo videos. And then when we reset it, we almost exclusively do bopping around town, which doesn't really let it get into that 53 that the EPA rates it at. But suffice it to say, still 40 mpg from this. That's going to get you a long way without costing a lot with regular fuel, so no premium fuel in this one. Any other thoughts before I hand the window sticker to Tucker?
I don't think so. Let's hear it.
All right, Tucker.
Is this the top trim?
Yes, this is. It's the SX Touring. So you see the number down there by the red, T-Man?
Yes.
Okay, so we've got heated, ventilated seats, no head-up display, no rear sunshades, no panoramic roof, but we do have ventilated seats. We have remote start. We've got
Two-person memory.
Yeah, we've got a lot of luxuries. So,
okay.
What do you think the MSRP is of this one?
43.
Lower.
37.
What? 37,600.
You know what? I was going to say, you're going to say I'm lying. I was going to say 37, but when you reminded me of the heated and ventilated seats, I was like, oh no, it's got to be in the 40s if it has heated and ventilated seats.
No, still very affordable with the features that we've come to know and love.
Yes. Yep, that's what I always say. I'm like, sometimes you can go for a more affordable car and get more features than going for a more expensive.
Now, before we
You're just getting the emblem.
Yeah. Now, before we jump into your top 5 favorite features for moms, I have to ask you one last thing about the powertrain. Have you noticed when the engine comes on and goes off?
Nope.
Nope.
I haven't noticed.
You do have the digital display there in front of you. When it says 0.0, the engine's off and it says EV and ready and all that stuff, but fairly seamless system going from EV to hybrid.
Yep.
So pretty comfortable.
Pretty comfortable. Okay.
All right, Holly, what are your top 5 favorite features for moms in this?
Well, first has to be the heated and ventilated seats at $37,000. That's amazing.
Yep.
Two-person memory seats.
Love
That's
it.
great. This is a car that's easy to get in and just go, which I love. The storage space in the back, plenty of usable storage back there, and a roomy second row.
Yep. So very good packaging here on this Kia Niro hybrid electric vehicle from Kia at $37,000. Well equipped inside. Very good. We would be happy with this one.
Yeah, we've also, it's worth saying, we've driven this on a really long trip as well to Beaver's Bend, and it was comfortable. And in fact, speaking of luxury cars, we had 2 cars, this one and a luxury car that I will not name, but a luxury car. And your mom chose to ride with me on the way back because it was more comfortable in here.
So really saying a lot. If you want to know more from Holly from Tucker, you can go check them out on social media. Holly is at Female Consumer on Facebook and Instagram. Tucker has his own YouTube channel at Tucker's Talk on the YouTubes. And then you can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, all at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for us in the 2025 Kia Niro SX Touring Hybrid, I'm pretty sure I got that in the wrong order, but until next time, Gearheads.
Bye.